Hello basketball fans and welcome to the Lala Arena here in Tokyo Bay, our venue for game number 3 of this quarterfinal series. It's win or go home. It's do or die. Call it what you want. But it's the CHIBA Jets up against the GUNMA Crane Thunders, and the winner advances to the semifinals. The loser, their season is over. The stadium is rocking. The CHIBA Jets are looking forward to the sixth man right here inside their arena. They need to get every single person inside backing them up. As we take a look, already 3 slots taken. Nagasaki Belka is in. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins are in. And the Ryukyu Golden Kings are also in. The defending champions, Tsurumiya Brex, are out of the semifinals. Just one more slot waiting to be filled. Went to GUNMA, 87-68. Game number 2 yesterday went to the Jets, 85-79. Things were so close yesterday. We were tied at 77 here in this game that you're watching. The highlights. Both squads were tied at 77, entering the last 3.5 minutes of play. And then, just 2 more points scored by GUNMA. On the other hand, going on an 8-point tear was the squad of the Jets, and that led them to the victory. Actually, it's a very gallant stand for GUNMA, considering the fact that they are undermanned here today. When you look at the Jets, they have a full roster. They have a full squad. But when you take a look at the Crane Thunders, they don't have AJ Edu. Their Asia quota import and another one of their world imports in Johan Thiemann is not available. So 2 of their key players were not there, and still they were able to make it a 77-all game heading into the final 3 minutes. The question is, can they get the same production today as they had yesterday? Players like Kazuki Hosokawa and Takuto Nakamura came up with tremendous scoring games. There's Nakamura once again. He would score in double digits. He would make up for the lack of the presence of Johan Thiemann. The locals again will need to be able to come up with a huge game. Not to mention the fact that Trey Jones had a so-so game yesterday. He, together with Kerry Blackshear, need to come up with superhuman performances here. There you can see Hosokawa hitting 2 threes. They're going to need a lot of that. On the other side, the Jets are expecting a big game from Yuta Watanabe. Watanabe has not been able to live up to his lofty billing, but this man has. This is the man solely responsible for that Game 2 victory. Nasir Little, ex-NBA player, was just unstoppable yesterday. He had a few big threes. DJ Hogg hit a big 3 as well. That was it right there. That put the game away. That gave them the victory in game number 2. We are 10 minutes away from tip-off as we take a look at some of the numbers. This is it. For all the marbles, you throw out all the stats and it boils down to execution and desire. Can Jones come up with the numbers expected of him here? We'll find out. We got a packed house, and the Jets are hoping that this is just a prelude of better things to come. They don't want this to be the final game of the season. GUNMA They have their share of fans here inside the Lala Arena as well. And they will try to be as loud as they possibly can for their squad. Hello to you. Thanks for joining us here. Players are pumped. Everybody looking forward to this one. QMB, Quentin Millora Brown on your screens a while ago. The Asia Quota import. Not used by Coach Garver Gleason yesterday. He played a few minutes in game number 1 in that loss. That's him. Let's see if he will be thrust into action. Of course, main notables for the Jets. Number 1, Yuta Watanabe. They have number 2, Yuki Togashi. They have number 8, Nasir Little. And number 10, DJ Hogg. Garrison Brooks, number 15, is another one of their world imports, but had a dismal showing yesterday. He was battling foul trouble all throughout the afternoon. Garrison Brooks can come up with a solid game today. Things just might tip in favor of the hosts. The other side, Blackshear played above and beyond expectations. You see they have a very short lineup. The Blackshear number 8, and of course Trey Jones number 4. They're going to need contributions from unlikely places. There is AJ Edu, one of their main cogs. He's a difference maker. And he would have really helped tip the scales in their favor if he played. He can guard an import. He can also be the last line of defense. But here, look at the production of Nasir Little. 20 points in game number 1, 33 points in game number 2. We're going to meet the starters in just a little bit from both these squads. It's going to be the final game for one of these two teams. Here, the production of Kerry Blackshear Jr. 24 points, 16 boards, a double-double for him. In game number 1, 21 points, 15 rebounds. In game number 2, he has been very consistent. But today, I personally feel he might need to have to score at least 30 to give his squad a chance. All the players, both these squads, have to leave it all on the floor today. There is no tomorrow for one of them. The winner will move on to the semifinals, which begins next week. So from the coaching staff's perspective, just utilize your best players and run them to the ground if you need to, because they have an entire week to recover anyhow. But there is no tomorrow. You need a victory, or else the semifinals and the chance for the title is gone. There's John Mooney, who would definitely want to be playing. Longtime member of their squad. Replaced now by Garrison Brooks. And now let's meet the players for game number 3. So a little tweak here in the lineup for the Crane Thunders. They're starting out Yuma Fujii together with Naoto Tsuji. Tsuji usually comes in to replace Fuji. They're interchangeable, but right now, obviously, as far as Coach Kyle Milling is concerned, he needs his best players out there. Let's see if that change helps them out. as we welcome the hometown CHIBA Jets. There are the starters announced for the CHIBA Jets. No changes in their starting lineup. They've got Watanabe, Tashiro, Hogg, Brooks, and Hara. But all eyes will be on Garrison Brooks to see exactly how he performs here after being plagued by foul trouble yesterday. Our three officials are making their way. We have referee Uroshima, referee Arisawa, and referee Takano. They're going to have their hands full today, that is for certain. Let's see how much physicality they allow. Remember, this is the final game of this quarter-final affair between the Jets and the Crane Thunders. Every call is going to be crucial. Every possession will count. The players know it. The coaches have stressed that point. And here we go. Look at the lineup here on the bench of the CHIBA Jets. There are a lot of players that usually play. Played during the regular season, but a lot of them not playing now. Obviously, Coach Vinison wanted to shorten his rotation, wanting majority of his best players to get all the minutes. That's a good strategy. Final game in the quarterfinals for the 2025-2026 B.LEAGUE Championship is on. Three teams already comprise the Final Four. One of these two teams will join them. That's a good start for Watanabe. If he can come up with a sizzling performance today, that can silence all the critics. Ray Jones with a jumper. Misfiring there. Tashido clears. Again, there's no Yuta. Watanabe. Yuki Togashi combination to start things off. Nice put back inside. Tashiro. He's in there. Really for defensive purposes, but he comes up with 2 points. That's a bonus. Jumper inside, not gonna work. Black Cheer with a putback. And that's gonna be another fun. Not to start Brooks once. You can see the frustration in his face once again. He said it looks like things have picked up where it left off in game number 2. Still a lot of time for him to be able to make up. Let's find out if he can get his bearings right. Blackshear is going to misfire in that free throw. 4-2, our tally. Hog will bring it down. Hog all the way. Quite surprising that nobody went in front of DJ Hog to stop his forward progress. Gunma dodged the bullet there. That should have been an easy 2 points. Here comes Jones up against Tashiro. That's a familiar matchup. And that is the main role of Tashiro. Stay in step and stay in front of Jones. They blitz. Jones left open. Steps back for the 3. A little bit too strong. Brooks to the rebound. That is where he can be really helpful. That might be a charge. Ooh, it's going to be a block. Looked like there was an extra nudge coming from Shutahara. Watch this. Boom. Nakamura was hoping he got the call, but Shutahara will pick up one personal foul on one of the Crane Thunders and one of their key players, Nakamura. 1 team foul each. Yuta with the inbound. Expect to dash in at about the 6-minute mark. Nice find inside. Perfectly timed cut by Shutahara. And a dime here for Watanabe. And get inside. There, Nakamura going to work early. They need his production. Again, what they want to do is stay in step with the Jets as long as they possibly can and then steal it in the end game. Watanabe. Tashiro will launch a 3. That's a shot that Gunma will give. Lead still at 2. Naoto goes to Fujii. Blackshear now against Watanabe. They'll kick it out. Open 3. No. That will stay here. Again, Blackshear looking for the offensive rebounds. Will get his team another possession. That makes it easy for the defensive rebound for Watanabe. Watanabe wanted to get retake. Now he's good to go. Almost a wayward pass. Turnovers have got to be kept to a minimum. Blackshear switches hands, and that's going to be foul number 1 on DJ Hog. So looking at the strategy defensively here for the Chiba Jets, they're not sending a double, which is actually quite surprising. You'd want to be able to take the ball out of the hands of the 2 world imports, and the only 2 world imports that are available here for GUNMA. That would have avoided a foul here on DJ Hogg. But Blackshear converts on that free throw. He was 1 out of 2 earlier. Looking to tie things up. Another miss. 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. 1-point lead enjoyed by CHIBA. Rashiro will get it to Garrison. There's a handoff. DJ attacks. Garrison Brooks wasn't aware the pass was coming. Turnover here. Again, they look for Blackshear. Quick swing. Fuji for 3. Yes! Now the first taste of the lead for the Crane Thunders at 8-6. Rashiro. We're going to allow him to create whenever he'd want to. Not Shutahara though. He's going to lose it. Quick steal from Nakamura. And you can see them trying to walk things up. They want to play this game at their pace. That's going to be an offensive foul. That'll hurt. You need to be able to take advantage of every possession. There's a quick swing and an easy 3. Here comes Nasir Little. I'm quite surprised with the performance of Little yesterday. Why you didn't start him? Again, from a coaching standpoint, you do need some power coming from your bench. And that's definitely a lot of power in Yuki Togashi and in Nasir Little. Watanabe will launch, come up short. Look for Blackshear. Fuji. Into the heart of the defense, over to Blackshear. Cole flipping inside. We come up short. Look at that, much quicker to the ball. That's going to be the first personal foul on Nasir. First to the ball there. You can see. Fuji gets taken down by Nasir. So all 3 world imports get a foul each. Trey Jones will attack inside, gets away. And you can see Garrison Brooks and even Nasir Little worried about making contact. They didn't want to take a second personal foul. That's a good move there by Jones. 10-6. Nothing there. We got the opportunity once again. Kerry Blackshear inside with a strong layup. Now the Jets will sue for time here. Halfway gone in the first period. And now, turning on the burners are the Crane Thunders, up by 6. Nothing there for Nasir Little. Still 12-6. Here comes Blackshear. Extra pass. Hosokawa just checked in and nails a big three. It's now 15-6. A 9-point advantage opened up here by the Crane Thunders. Well, the fans of Chiba are still cheering loud, but you can see their faces stunned. Deep three, that'll help. Well, Ren Kanachika is a budding star, and he came up with a huge basket there. That'll cut the lead down to 6. Fuji. No. Hosokawa, another three. That's just short. Rebound from Garrison. And here comes Little in the open court. That's a smart foul. Kenny Asano making sure he had no beat to the basket whatsoever. Look at that quick passing. Hosokawa was there and he never even thought twice. He just launched. There's Little. All he needs to see is that ball go down, and then that just might spur him to bigger things. 15-11. Once again, they burn the hoops from deep. Hosokawa, his second three. He's got 6 points and the lead back to 7. That's a quick reply. Yuki Togashi just checked in and he says, let me get into the scoring act, announcing his entry onto the floor. Flippin gives it back. Jones, back to Ko. Ko with the jumper, a little bit too strong. 5 points, separating these squads. Hog back. Again, Garrison, essentially ineffective. The Hogs back. Yuki Togashi will put up a three. Good line. Swish! That'll cut the lead down to 2. And the home squad are right back in it. Foul's going to be called on Watanabe, and that will put the Jets into the penalty. There's that long bomb detonated by Togashi. The Chiba in the penalty. One more foul to give by Gunma. Minute 37 remaining here. Nakamura will check back in. Good rotation being done here by Coach Kyle Milling. Kenny Asano. You could see he might have been able to take that, but not forcing the issue. Wanting to get the ball in the hands of their better players, better offensive players. That's another good foul. That was a 3-on-2 fast break. So now both teams will be in the penalty for the final minute and 25. If you like that foul. In fact, Little should have actually given up that ball a little earlier. It would have been a 2-on-1. Blackshear's back. Hardly any rest here for the imports of the Crane Thunders. Utah with a shot, but they say he stepped on the sideline. Turnover. aggressive defense. Just 2 points the deficit now for the Jets. Here comes Blackshear once again. Falling away. Will misfire. But they're putting a lot of pressure defensively on the world imports of the Jets. Here's Little. Little get it back. Little inside. Big slam. We are tied at 18. Inside, carry Blackshear. Can't get it to drop with the left. Little in the open court once again. There's a little bump. No foul called on Jones. Little was asking for the call. Final crack at the basket will belong to the visitors. Kamura sets the pick. Ooh, the pass just too high from Jones. Time down to 1.3. Time for one heave. It'll come up well short. We are done with the first quarter here of this do-or-die matchup. And we're all square at 18 apiece. Welcome back to the Lala Arena in Tokyo Bay. This is the battle for the final slot. There was no challenge there whatsoever. And Trey Jones says, thank you very much. The winner here moves on to next week's semifinals. Loser goes home. Little on the outside, guarded there by Jones. Offensive foul is going to be called on Kanechika. Let's see if there's a little shove. We didn't actually have to push him that hard. That happened right in front of the referee. Easy call for him to make. Just like that. That is going to be the second team foul on the Chiba Jets. Sikawa in. He actually gave them quality minutes yesterday. go to the wing. Nakamura. Gonna try to pound it inside. Trey Jones, another three, this time in and out. Big rebound that time by Nasir Little. Making sure there were no offensive rebounds. A little bit too strong there. The tap goes back to the Jets. Kanichika will launch from deep and hit. Kanichika, that is his second three. A lot of games, he's actually outperformed the man he's coming in for in Yuta Watanabe. Second deadlock at 21. Look for Blackshear. One of the few times he's operated from the outside. They have put him on the low block most of the time because here is where he's most effective. He'll come up short though. He was looking for the foul. He's got to come back down in defense. He is their last line. Garrison Brooks is back. Let's see if he can contribute. Nasir Little. That's a nice swipe. 3 on 1 break. Hosokawa will launch and hit a 3. What extreme confidence from Hosokawa. He had 2 players inside the shaded area, but he opted to launch from deep. Just can't seem to find Garrison Brooks inside. Segawa with a spin. People forget this guy's 19 years old. What confidence, what talent. Leads down to 1. Nakamura being held in check here so far. Blackshear back to Nakamura. Nakamura sneaks in. That's his second bucket. That stutter step and that sudden burst of speed has really helped him out. Lead back to 3. Here comes Nasir. Much closer. When he gets that close, Trey Jones will just give him the basket. Jones, let's see if he tries to get this one back. There's a switch. Again, Nakamura. Extra pass. Jones wide open for 3. The defense is left scrambling there. 8 points now for Jones. Much better output than he had yesterday. What a ball game we're watching. This is so fitting. Kanichika, they left him open. And again, he drains another 3. That's his third. Now, Coach Kyle Milling says, we need to talk things over. He's hit twice. How can you allow him that wide open a 3? 29-28. Gunma with possession. And the 1-point lead coming off that timeout. Let's see what is diagrammed there by Coach Kyle Milling. He's not going to be happy. It's a turnover here. That'll be turnover number 4. This is the previous play. And again, you can see he's just so wide open. They're worried about the fact that you don't want the production from Nasir Little. But yes, you still have to stay out with the shooters. Kanichika looked over at Kyle Milling saying, "Are you leaving me that wide open?" There's no respect. Nakamoto will have to be replaced because of that foul. Jones is on the bench as well. Yuta Watanabe back. Let's see how critical these next few minutes will be without one of their 2 world imports, as Jones is given a brief rest. Almost a steal. It's completed. Turnover number 6 for the Jets. Blackshear asks for it. Osokawa will launch and hit once again. He has come up with big threes here and there, not just today, but also in games 1 and 2. Back up to a 4-point lead. Open 3, not gonna work. Still, that was a pretty good shot there by Sigawa. Approaching the 5-minute mark. Ball flipping. Downhill drive. It's not going to work. But look at that. It should have been a turnover. The ball falls in the hands of Blackshear. Was on his back. Official timeout here. We got a good one in our hands. Don't go away. Final 5 minutes of the second quarter. Both teams leaving it all on the floor so far here. That's going to be a 5-second violation. Turnover number 5 for the Crane Thunders. Four-point lead still for Gunma. Dashi's back on the floor here. So there's that combination that people were looking for. Yuki and Yuta together. DJ Hogg puts up a 3. Will come up short. Blackshear has really controlled the defensive boards. That has been critical and key. Flipping. Try to go inside. Blackshear. There's the double. Cole with the floater. A little bit too strong. And here comes Togashi and company. Togashi again. Looking for space. Can't launch. They go inside. Nasir. That is what they're worried about. That is what the Crane Thunders don't want to happen. Little inside, creating so much havoc. Perfect pass coming from Watanabe. Watanabe helping out in other aspects. He's got a winning pedigree. He'd like to be able to get the Jets at least to the semi-finals. If they don't, they've underperformed. Little looking to complete the three-point play. A little bit too strong. Quite a number of free throws missed already here by both squads. 2 out of 3 for the Crane Thunders and 1 out of 2 here. Naoto Chuji drains at 3. Yesterday they had trouble hitting their threes. No trouble whatsoever here. Guns blazing for both these squads. Yuki Togashi will misfire. Hog saves it, but it goes to the wrong individual. Jones, perfect pass. What a block there. And Watanabe doesn't agree, but it looks like it's going to be a goaltend. Let's watch it closely. That looked clean. That looked clean. Let's see it from another angle. Will they try to challenge? Watanabe telling the crowd, let the referees hear that they made a mistake. Oh, a technical foul is even called on the bench of the Jets. The Blackshear will head to the line with the extra shot. He's going to give it to Blackshear. Well, he converts. Usually, you give it to Fujii. But anyway, they get the point. And the lead is back up to 6. So they're going to call a foul. They're going to say it's a foul. It's not a goaltend. So 2 free throws being given here. Paul Flippin misses the first, misses the second. Watanabe looks up. Paul Flippin and says, ball, don't lie. There he is once again. Nasir inside. That is like a hot knife through butter. He's got 10 points now. Starting to heat up. That's a good sign for the Jets. A bad sign for the Crane Thunders. Trey Jones inside for 2. Establishes another 6-point lead. As we hit the 3-minute mark. Togashi calls for Watanabe. They go inside. DJ Hogg. You like the patience shown there. Nice swing. They're going to give that shot to Tashiro. Short on that 3. Togashi has yet to find his range. He does have 1-3 though. Flippin will not challenge. Chuji for 3. Short. He's going to get that right back. They got a brand new 14. They're going to spread the floor once again. Extra pass. And again, Trey Jones hits from deep. That's going to match their biggest lead in the contest at 9. They once had that at 15-6. Now they have it at 41-32. The Jets in possession, needing to score here. Wanting to cut into this deficit as quickly as possible. And again, the Gunma Crane Thunders at this point playing exceptional ball. Not a good pass. Watanabe got caught there, and Chuji punches the air saying that was great defense. He was all over Utah there. Under 2 minutes in the first half. Hosokawa, another three. Short that time. Hog grabs the rebound. Again, exploding inside. Nasir Little. And a foul's going to be called on Blackshear. That's what you need to do if you're Little. Attack Blackshear. He has been their main man. But the foul might be called on Naoto. It's on Blackshear, his first. Got a timeout on the floor. 1:30 remaining when we come back.
One shot.
Little looking to complete the three-point play. Doesn't. That's another miss from the free throw line. They're 0 for 2. The Jets are. Both of them from Little. They go inside once again. Blackshear. Garrison Brooks again has been non-existent here for his squad. Naoto falling away. No. Watanabe clears. Yogashi. Trying to find Little. No double yet sent. Little attacks. He challenged the double team there and failed. Under 40 seconds remaining before the halftime break. Ujii up against Tashiro. That's great defense. Shot clock down to 5. Blackshear for 3. In and out. Hog clears. Final attempt now for Togashi and company. But they're still down by 7. Gunma has played perfect basketball essentially up to this stage. They have one more foul to give. Hog swings it. Extra pass. Togashi for 3. Bang! That was huge. Not quite sure why Gunma didn't want to use their foul. They had one foul to give.
One more time.
That could have saved them 3 points. Togashi drains a three. And as we head into the halftime break, it's still Gunma on top by 4, 41-37.
RESONA グループ B リーグクォーターファイナル2025-26ゲーム3千葉ジェッツホームゲームハーフタイムショー。まずはスタージェッツによる今シーズンのメンバーによる最後のパフォーマンス。 Please welcome your Star Jets! Introducing the members, Yoshua, Natsuki, Sarah, Yuki, Ine, Dinka, Kokore, Yuki, Kato, Mani, Anaka, Anna, Lena, Umi, Ahone, Saudi, Aya, and Yogi.
Let's fight as one. Time to show them how it's done. Don't keep it all bottled up and release our energy. Now look at us breaking free, our cheering secure our victory. So come on, get out of. Gotta get much stronger. Gotta aim up and higher. Gotta set hearts on fire, burning up inside.
Your 2025-26 Star Jacks.
私は建物に命を吹き込む仕事を始めた。
こうやって俺たちの軽装業務がビルの呼吸を整えるんだ。
呼吸を。軽装の技術と思いが重なるとき、建物は生きる。動いた。
確かな軽装力で思いを形に。日本電機。
もしかしてクラウドの活用でお悩みですか？サテライトオフィスならクラウドに関するお悩みをサポート解決できますよ。クラウドのことならサテライトオフィス。 AI を企業で活用してみませんか？サテライトオフィスは企業の AI 活用をご支援いたします。 AI のことならサテライトオフィス。
まっすぐ強く巧みであれ鎌ヶ谷工業。
それではここで B リーグのパートナー各社をご紹介いたします。 B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク。 B リーグタイトルパートナーリソナグループ。 B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフロニアホールディングス。 B リーグパートナーズ日本生命 TIS リライブ。 B リーグサポーティングカンパニーズウォルテン朝日新聞日本経済新聞社大塚製薬野村工芸社 EY ジャパンエニタイムフィットネスストライクスポーツデポロックアイスふるさとチョイスモルツ日清食品 DNA B リーグサプライヤー&ST ホールディングス B リーグコミュニケーションパートナー LINE ヤフー。 B リーグスポーツ振興&レフェリーサポーティングパートナースポーツくじウィナー。 B リーググロースパートナー電通。以上 B リーグのパートナー各社のご紹介でした。
さあ、ここからの時間はブースタースター。ご自身のスマホカメラからビデオに表示されている二次元コードを読み取っていただき、ご自身でまたは一緒にご登場されている仲間とリアルタイムで動画を撮ってください。えりすぐりの素敵なブースターさんの表情がビデオに映し出されます。ぜひ群馬クレインサンターズバンブースターの皆さんも一緒に参加してみてくださいね。ご登場のブースターさん一丸となって会場を盛り上げていきましょう。それではブースタースタースタート。こんばんは。ご登場いただきありがとうございます。さあ、ゴールデンボールもありがとうございます。ご安全も熱く盛り上がっていきましょう。こんばんは。千葉には大子がいると DJ ホーム選手のTシャツですね。ありがとうございます。 DJ 選手のスリーにも期待していきましょう。こんばんは。ジャンボくんの T シャツがとっても似合いです。ゴールデンスポーツもありがとう。後半戦も一緒に応援していこうね。 Thank you。 こんばんは。もしかして学校帰りかな。ご登場ありがとうございます。さあ、この後も一緒に応援していきましょう。こんばんは。おいしそうなジュースだね。それいっぱい飲んでパワーいっぱい 変更、熱い応援もよろしくお願いします。Thank you。こんばんは、映りました。お手持ちのスマホに線で一緒に後半戦も応援していきましょう。よろしくお願いします。さあ、リングにいる皆さん、後半戦まだまだ声出す準備できてますか？ OK、さあまだまだ声出して熱い応援もよろしくお願いします。以上、素敵なブースターさんたちによるブースタープログラムでした。ご投稿いただいた皆さんありがとうございました。
それではここで陸勢てっぺんパートナーをご紹介いたします。日本電機株式会社、株式会社サテライトオフィス、鎌ヶ谷工業株式会社、株式会社東京電機。
Tremendous shooting from deep here. Look at Hosokawa stopping. That's extreme confidence in your stroke. One of the main reasons why the Crane Thunders are up is because of that three-point scoring that they've been doing all throughout. They're shooting 52% from deep. 9 out of 17. Not bad on the other hand, 5 out of 14 for 35%, but still, it's not 52%. What a dramatic turnaround from yesterday's affair wherein they struggled from deep in the second half. The shots now are falling. with Trey Jones and company. But this, a big three from Yuki Togashi. That'll cut the deficit to just 4. Those are the numbers we were talking about from three-point country. But looking at the big advantage for the Chiba Jets from inside the arc, they're shooting 64%, 11 out of 17, as compared to just 37% here for the Gunma Crane Thunders, which is quite surprising because you have guys like Kerry Blackshear operating inside primarily, but they're not getting too many baskets from inside the paint. Free throw numbers virtually insignificant at this stage, though if you look at it, 4 misses already here from the free throw line for the Crane Thunders. 5 turnovers for Gunma, 7 for the Chiba Jets. If you look at some numbers here, 12 points for Nasir Little. He got off to a very good start. But look at Jones, already in double digits. He wasn't able to score double digits yesterday, but today, leading his team scoring-wise with 13. 10 boards for Blackshear, 5 for DJ Hogg, 2 assists for Watanabe, and 5 assists for Kerry Blackshear Jr. The winner today faces Nagasaki Velka this coming Friday. Look at a key player matchup. For Blackshear, only sat down for virtually 2 minutes. Well, he's got to play really majority here of this ball game, and looking at the 16 minutes for Nasir Little, seems like same strategy going to be employed by Coach Trevor Gleason. Again, he tried Garrison Brooks a little bit, but Garrison not able to come up with, well, shall we say, credible contributions. So he was sent back to the bench, despite the fact that today he's not in foul trouble. He was yesterday, but today this is really a coach's decision, not playing him. Well, he's going to start here the third. Let's see how he can help his squad. Quite surprisingly, no confidence whatsoever for Coach Trevor Gleason in QMB. Quentin Miliora Brown. Brown is 6'9", is a rugged defender, can get boards. He might be a better option than Garrison Brooks. Nice offensive rebound there. That is what Watanabe needs to do. Crash the boards, take advantage of his height. Who's he up against? Naoto Tsuji, who's 6'1". Yuma Fuji, who's 5'10". Watanabe is 6'9". He misses a first free throw though. The Jets have yet to hit a free throw today. Now they're 1 out of 4. That'll cut the lead down to 2. Again, a huge 3 by Togashi. That should have been a 7-point deficit. That's a big difference. 7-4. Naoto, in and out. Watanabe clears. We go to Hogg. That's a poor pass. Steal from Nakamura. Live turnover results in an easy 2 points. Those are the kind of turnovers that just drive coaches crazy. Brooks. Let's see if you try to attack. He won't. He'll bring it back out and issue another poor pass. There was that lackadaisical pass. Nakamura was all over it. Leads 4. Could be more here. The boys in black and yellow with possession. Blackshear. Wanted to waste the possession. Now they got to make their move. Shot clock's down to 3. Nakamura will launch and hoist.
ショットクロックバイオレーション
That was good defense there from Garrison Brooks. Chiba got the stop. Let's see if they can run their offense properly this time. Shutahara. Still Shuta. Shot clock now down to 9. And they're still up high. Tashiro will launch and hit. That's big. Tashiro not expected to come up with some offense. But he says, if you're going to leave me that wide open, I might as well take the shot. Cuts the lead down to 1. And attack. That's a nice setup. Fuji. Oh my goodness. Nobody grabbed the rebound. That's a good rebound. Eventually. And block shot from Garrison Brooks. Watanabe taking advantage of his size once again. Well, Garrison Brooks just saved his squad 2 points. He needs to make an even bigger impact.
フリースロー千葉1番渡辺
See if he
Two
can.
shots.
Foul's going to be called on Tsuji, his second. Watanabe trying to assert his might here. And well, he should if they want to advance. It's got to be partially on his shoulders. Blackshear. They send the quick double. Let's see, that is the continued strategy. Double teaming Blackshear. They should. Nakamura. Here's Blackshear. Just up against Tashiro. That might have been a travel. Good defense from Tashiro there.
0番藤井個人2つ目チームに
The best of fouls, but obviously you can see what Fuji was trying to do. They didn't want early offense, but right now they're going to be at 3 team fouls. Second personal foul as well for Yuma. A lot of time still remaining in the third. You don't want to get into early foul trouble. The Chiba Jets are the team that takes advantage of the free throw situation. Hard. They'll give it up. Here's Watanabe. Watanabe gives it up. Easy lay in there for Hug. Coming in from the weak side. Surprised the defense. They're going to say there's a pull.
ファウル千葉31番原個人1つ目チーム1つ
Ouch. Shutahara there saying, I took the worst of that. Here's the previous play. Blackshear getting lost in the shuffle, but at the same time, I don't think he wanted to give up a cheap foul such as that one. Right now, it's a 3-point lead enjoyed by Chiba. We go to Blackshear. A lot of players hitting the deck. Shutahara sticking close. Nakamura will launch. That'll be over and back. Well, with Blackshear out, there is no chance for offensive rebounding. Not quite sure that's a good strategy coming from Coach Kyle Milling. But he's going to send in Hosokawa. They need additional scoring sock, and Hosokawa can give it to them. We go to the wing. Shutahara inside. Yes! That's a strong drive. And now they're taking well care of their possessions. They've gotten the lead. They've gotten the momentum. And that's why Kyle Milling says, we need a stop to this. Six minutes and change remaining in the third. Gunma with possession. Coming off that timeout. Now finding themselves down by 5. They were up by 7 at one stage at the latter part of the first half. Jones is back. Jones, long 2. Will come up short. And a foul is going to be called there. You can see Blackshear trying to be active, and that's another foul on Garrison Brooks. Not quite sure he needed to push him. That's going to be the second personal foul on Garrison. And still, no chance. Not taking a chance on QMB. It's Coach Trevor. Coach Flippin will check in. We go to Flippin. He goes to Blackshear. Blackshear will try to attack from the outside. Goes to the fall away. No. Agu will give it up. Back to DJ. DJ will launch. He knew it was a miss. Garrison Brooks with defensive rebound. Watanabe, quick swing. They go to the wing. Tashiro just short. Tashiro almost got it. Being so active on both sides is Tashiro. Well, he wasn't able to hit the outside shot, but again, he gets his squad another possession. Those are the kind of players that coaches love. They give it their all. Cyril will check in together with Yuki Togashi. Shutahara inside. Can't finish with the layup though. Nice rebound by Blackshear. He has really controlled the boards defensively at least. Gives it back. Two-man game here with Jones. Jones gets it back once again. They wanted to create. There's a switch. He'll put up a 3. That's offline. Easy rebound there for Nasir. Togashi to the wing. Shutahara will take a 3 and overshoot. Jones. Running start once again here. Blackshear, no. Another rebound by Ko Flippin. Just too many offensive rebounds given up here by the Chiba Jets. And that has kept Gunma in the game.
さて千葉ジェッツ背番号12金近へさてでも背番号16浅野健二
Little will pick up a foul. That's his second. Both teams now with 3 team fouls. Blackshear will be given a brief rest. There's AJ Edu. I'm sure he's dying to get in there. If only he could. Sokawa. Deep shot, no. Another nice tip. That's Kenny Asano again. They just can't seem to do their work in terms of defensive boards. Finally, Garrison Brooks snatches that out of the air. Under 4 minutes to be played here in the third. They go to Nasir. He's wide open. He'll bring it closer. Foul will be called on Fujii. That will put Gunma in the penalty now. They were able to manage their fouls after getting 3 quick ones in the first 2 minutes. Now let's see if the Chiba Jets will try to make an extra push to go towards the basket. Get additional fouls. Or will they settle for threes and jump shots? Let's see. There's a jumper. Short. Garrison Brooks and another offensive rebound. Scramble on the floor. Jump ball situation as we take a look at the possession arrow. Good hands from Fujii there. John Mooney. They could really use his contributions today. Coach Trevor still sticking with the guys that he has on the floor. No changes. Kyle Milling has also gone to his main men, shortened his rotation. The possession arrow shows Gunma. Nice move by Jones, gives it up. Quickly gets it right back. Asano with a jumper, no. Look at that. Nobody was watching Cole flipping. That's a mortal sin. That'll cut the lead of Chiba to 3. Garrison, will he try to attack? No. He looks inside. Nice big play. Big action. Very hard to stop. Lead is back up to 5. Jones for 3. Short. Togashi clears. And you try to push. Now they'll set things up. Nasir. Up against Osokawa. He's got the advantage. And he knows it. He'll come up short, but there was a foul. Well, searching out the mismatch. And it worked that time for Little. 2 free throws, though he has missed 2 already. Nakamura will be sent in by Coach Kyle Milling.
Two shots.
Finally gets to hit a free throw. Second on the way. Now he makes both, extending that lead to 7. This is now the biggest lead in the contest for the Jets. The biggest lead was at 4-0 early here in this encounter. Nakamura to the wing. Gets it back. They're packing that lane. Not affording Nakamura any space. He puts up a prayer once again. Offensive rebound there for Blackshear.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
You can't clear the boards. You just cannot widen your lead. Odd against Blackshear. And Ichika's in. He has 3 threes. First 3 for Hog, no.
GUNMAボール。
Minute 28. Again, we have Chiba settling for 3s, settling for the outside shots, despite the fact that Gunma is in the penalty. Gunma saying thank you very much. 2-man game. They go to Carey. Carey will try to bring it closer again. It's an offensive foul. Tashiro has been a star in his role today. Watch it here. Drawing another personal foul, and that's big. That'll be number 3 on Carey. Ooh, check that, just 2. So he's okay, but nonetheless, Tashiro says, thank you. That's why he's what they call an old reliable. Hard. We'll send it to Kanichika. Kanichika will lose it. Asano picks up his dribble. Safely gets it to the point guard. Nakamura. Calling his number. He feels he's got the advantage. There's a switch. Now up against Little. Sets up Hosokawa. Hosokawa from deep. In and out. That's a nice rebound there from Kanichika. We're playing 4-on-4. Little inside. Will overshoot. That's a sorry miss. There was no Carey Blackshear. No shot blocking available. But they couldn't convert. Final 10 seconds of this one. Talking about the third period. Looking for a running start. Nakamura gets away. Flips it up. Not gonna drop. Hog. With a prayer, not answered. But still, a solid third period. The Chiba Jets have held the Crane Thunders to just 6 points here in the third period while scoring 15, and they've taken control of this match as they lead 52-47 heading into the final quarter.
We can do it! Let's go! Alright! さあ、まずここからはスタートさせて、ジャンプで私の勝ちにタオルを振り回していきましょう！ジャンプ！
The three-point shooting for the Crane Thunders have cooled off after shooting 52% from three in the first two periods. It's now down to 36. The Chiba Jets continue to pound it inside. That's why they have the 5-point lead entering the fourth. That's a great pass. Easy slam once again. Kanechika with a timely cut. Establishes another 7-point lead. So the depth starting to show here. Nakamura, the flip short. Again, it goes to Blackshear. Now Otto forces that one up. No. Almost another offensive rebound, but it looked like that might be off. Go flipping. Again, they're going to get another possession. Nice pass from Shutahara. So Ren Kanechika now in double digits with 11 points. There might be a coach's challenge here about the out-of-bounds play. There is. So now opting to use it is Coach Trevor Gleason. As we said at the top of the coverage, every possession is ultra important. Let's see this one. It might have looked like it came off the hands of Ko Flippin. Let's see. Sure looks like it. Referees thought it went off Nasir Little. It's a closer look. And they reverse the call. Now to really make that count, you want to be able to score. Get this to the biggest lead you've had so far tonight. Shutahara now at the 1. Yuki Togashi will be checking in about 2 minutes time. Shutahara with a turnover. That is turnover number 11. Nakamura has really done his job. Look at the pressure he's putting on. So he got the stop. Now GUNMA needs to score. Who did they go to? Why not carry Blackshear? But at the post, that's where he's most effective. Or Trey Jones from the outside. They go inside to carry Blackshear again. And he delivers 2 points. He's going to cut the lead down to 5. Dashiro. They give and go, but they don't give him the pass. Let's see, they look for one of their world imports. Shutahara, though, says, I'm free. That's a shot that the defense will give. That's for certain. Go flipping. They'll get it to Jones. Blackshear will bring it in. That is where he's most effective. He'll miss, though. And pressure again in the backcourt. And it works. Nakamura inside for 2. Again, live turnovers have really been the downfall of the Chiba Jets. They're blitzing the ball carrier, and it's worked out.
Yo, Star Jets. CHIBAジェッツ背番号2富樫勇樹。
Not surprising. Coach Trevor Gleason now going to Yuki Togashi. I'm surprised that you don't have him starting the fourth. With Togashi in there might not have been those 2 live turnovers. This still might be a 7-point lead. Again, these are decisions coaches will have to make. Wanting to rest the veteran Togashi, but at what cost? DJ Hogg from deep. Short on that one. Gets it right back. He'll step in and miss again. What a rebound there by Blackshear and DJ Hogg. Double black eye. Misses the shot. And he'll be called for a foul here. You like the aggressiveness though. There was the foul. And Blackshear made sure that the referee saw it. It wasn't much, but it was enough to draw the whistle. 3rd personal foul on DJ Hogg. Jones. Flipping. Shot clock's winding down. Nakamura. Deep shot. That would have tied things up. They go to the veteran, Togashi. The 32-year-old. They go to the wing. Kanichika will launch and hit. Ren Kanichika with 14 points. He has been their hero today. As we said, playing much better than the man he's in for, Yuta Watanabe. Cole flipping. Flips it through. Cut the lead down to 4. Hang on to your seats. This is definitely going to go down the wire. Togashi will bring it back out. They swing. DJ Hogg gets fouled on the way. Foul's going to be called there on Nakamura. Clearly a reach in there from Nakamura. 3rd personal foul. Expect Nakamura to be back onto the floor in about a minute. They need him there. Just a brief rest. Takuto has done everything for his squad. Even yesterday. Hogg now on the line for 2 shots. Trying to increase this 4-point lead. Making sure his uniform is in order, as per the referee's instructions. They're the fans of Gunma. Trying to be noisy. It doesn't bother DJ. He says, we got more fans inside the Lala Arena. But they're still trying their best. Trying to be the 6th man with the Crane Thunders. 2 swishes though by Hogg. It's now a 6-point lead for the Jets. Uji might get this back. Blackshear still hold on to it. Flipping. Trying to release their shooters on the corners. There's Hosokawa. Almost another offensive rebound. The Jets having so much trouble with the defensive boards. Coach Kyle Milling, like that they ran the play. They might want to run a play for Terry Blackshear once again. Soon. Hogg up against Flippin. They try to get it closer. He has the distinct advantage. There it is. If you're not going to send a double, Hog's going to hold on to that ball and get as close as he possibly can. Going to give the foul to Paul Flippin. His third. Turnover situation. Chiba Jets with 12, only 6 for Gunma. That's why they've kept it close. These 3 free throws will give Chiba a little bit more breathing space. And with a free throw here, with a made free throw, it could be their biggest lead. Hog taking his time. Makes it once again. 61-53. Watanabe's back. That's a combination we don't really see too much for the Jets. Watanabe and Kanichika together. They've also sent in Garrison Brooks. Foul will be called on Watanabe. That's a good defensive scheme though. Have Watanabe up against Jones. Watanabe is much taller. Jones is an outside gunner. Just when I said that, he'll bring it close, but misfire. Rebound to Garrison. We get it to Hog. There's the mismatch once again. Let's see if Hog decides to go much lower. He'll put up a 3. A little short. Flippin looking for some early offense if they possibly can get some. They should go to Blackshear. They go to Hosokawa. Blackshear asks for it, gets it. Puts up a long 2, no. Now they're getting some stops because of those defensive boards. Lead is at 8. Togashi for 3. He wants the dagger. Just short. Under 5 minutes to be played here. Again, they go back to their main man. Blackshear must be exhausted, but he's got to dig deep. Fujii can't find the pass. Jones is going to have to put this one up. Forces it up for 3. Short. That's a huge rebound. And again, Kanichika doing his job. With that tall lineup, that can definitely get them boards. 4:18 remaining in game number 3. The Chiba Jets with a slight advantage here. They get it to their main man, Togashi. He's a one-man press break. Kanichika. Garrison Brooks. Shot clock. Now down to 7. Kanichika for 3. Can't deliver that time. The tip goes to Garrison. Turnover once again. That's turnover number 13 for the Jets. Open 3 for GE. Bang! That's one man you cannot leave wide open. He's deadly from there. He and 2G. Interchangeable. One of the best three-point shooters in the B.LEAGUE. Leads down to 5. Little nudge. They go to Nasir. Nasir inside. 2 free throws coming up here, and that will put GUNMA in the penalty. Togashi knew he made a mistake. DJ Hug will check in. That's a good substitution as Brooks back to the bench. Brooks is really there to just spell either Little or Hog just for a bit, maybe about a minute, 2 at the most. This has been the most potent combination, Little and Hog. Lead is back to 7. Not to mention they now have a very tall lineup with Watanabe and Kanichika in there. They're going to take out Togashi. They're going to be even taller with Shutahara. They'll go inside. Foul's going to be called on Shuta. That's a nice entry pass. Clearly the foul on the floor. Second for Shuta. Third team foul for Chiba. As we approach the 3-minute mark. Back to Kanichika. Is the defense of the Jets. Kanichika's much taller. Off that miss. Hog. They try to push with Little. How to set things up. Switching the mismatch. There's a mismatch here. It's Yuma up against Little. They send the double. Extra pass. Shutahara inside for 2. That is great ball movement. And a timeout now going to be called by Coach Kyle Milling. They need to do something immediately or else their season is over. Two minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the season of one of these teams. At this stage, it looks like it's GUNMA. They got possession, but they're down by 9. This is the biggest deficit that they faced all throughout the night. GUNMA did have a 9-point lead early in the first period. That was at 15-6. Trying to barrel his way inside is Blackshear. I'm surprised they didn't go to him a little earlier. He's been their one constant in terms of getting buckets. Second personal foul on Ren. First is good. Another big free throw. Gunma has missed 4 free throws tonight. Crucial makes. A lot of time still remaining in this one. And remember, they've come up with a lot of live turnovers. Surprised Chiba didn't want to attack there. He had the advantage deep. Nasir will be fouled. 2 free throws coming. So both teams are now in the penalty. They're going to be tested from the 15-foot line. That's going to be the 4th personal foul on Carey. If he fouls out, all bets are off. Little making the free throws. At this stage, if the Jets are just able to make their free throws, they're into the semifinals against Nagasaki Velka next week. Semifinals begins on Friday. Looking for space. Jones elevates and scores. Cuts the lead back down to 7. Now they need stops. And the foul's going to be called on Tsuji. Third personal foul on Naoto. Now they're going to test Watanabe. There's not too much pressure though here, because they are up by 7. But again, pressure is what you make of it. Watanabe says, let's bring it to an 8-point lead. Not quite possibly 9. He'll make both. $69-60. Final 2 minutes. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. It's winning time. Blackshear for 3. They needed this one. Nope. Hog with the rebound, and that just might be it. Blackshear can't foul. A travel is going to be called here. No complaints by Little. He just goes straight down. Timeout will be called here by Coach Kyle Milling. They need to be able to change their strategy here in the final minute and 23. They need to take quick shots and hopefully make it. Quite possibly one more defensive stop here for the Chiba Jets, and they're safely into the semifinals. Over the three-point shot, anything can still happen. There is Fumio. He has not been able to play. One of the old reliables at 34 years old, but not being given a chance here today by Coach Trevor. They gotta run this set and run it quickly. Time's not on their side. Three on the way, no. Saved. That's a wild three. Watanabe will clear. The foul's going to be called on Fuji. We're going to just try to extend this game, but the problem is with two more free throws coming from Watanabe, this could quite possibly an 11-point lead. 10 if he splits the free throw. Fourth personal foul on Yuma. That's what he said. Not too much pressure anymore at this stage. These are really just insurance free throws. To bring it to 11. It's there. Out one more stop. That'll seal the deal. They're going to need 3 quick threes, and they're still down by 2. Blackshear doesn't want to force the issue. They're looking for an open shot. They get one here for Nishimura. Yes! Takuto there hits the 3. 44.7 remaining. Now they're bringing Yuki Togashi. Well, the speedster is going to be so hard to catch. Watanabe will try to bring it down. There's the press once again. Little. Safely to Togashi. Now they don't need to score. He's going to try to run out the clock here. Under 30 seconds with 8 points. This is the final nail. No, it wasn't. But it's still essentially a one-ball game. They need a 3 quickly. Not gonna drop. Nice save. Jones will hit. Just 7 seconds remaining. Still 5 points the deficit. No call there. Nasir. Kyle Milling is asking for a coach's challenge. Everything happened so fast. But if there was a hit there on Nasir Little, I'm not quite sure why he had to do that. Even to just get away. All he needed to do was come towards the ball. Let's watch it here. There's the hit. Made contact there with the face. If this is an unsportsmanlike foul, that's going to mean 2 free throws and ball possession. You make both free throws, get it down to 3, make the 3-point shot, and we're all square. And there's the unsportsmanlike foul we expected. Now the question is, how much time on the clock remains? that unsportsmanlike foul happened with about 4 seconds. So they're gonna put time back on the clock, that's for sure. As I said, I'm really shaking my head on why Little would want to have to do that. I know it's probably inadvertent, but at the same time, just go towards the basketball. Don't make contact with the defensive player. They're not going to add time back on the clock though. So 2 free throws first. If he makes both, the window is slightly open. But they're not changing the clock. I think they should. You're going to hear a lot of complaints from Coach Kyle Milling. That'll stay down. Now with 0.5. Where's the inbound? If the inbound is in the back court, that's going to make it even more difficult. The 2 shots are going to be given here to Yuta Watanabe. He'll come up short. Now the pressure is on. Now he needs to make the free throws. All he needs to do is just make one. And they're in the semis. He can actually try to miss this as well. He'll make it. And that'll be it. Even if that went through, that will just really be for the final score. Blackshear and company did everything humanly possible. But in the end, the depth of the Chiba Jets shone through as they win this one, 72-68. And they will now advance to the semifinals, which begins on Friday, and they play the #1 squad, Nagasaki Velka. Very close 4th period. But nevertheless, moving to the next round, the home squad, the Chiba Jets. Don't go away, because we definitely want to hear from Coach Trevor Gleason.
それでは見事勝利した千葉ジェッツトレーバー・グリーソンヘッドコーチに一言伺います。コート中央までお願いいたします。本当に激戦となりましたが、見事勝利することができました。今日のゲームいかがでしたか？
Yeah, look, full credit to GUNMA. They were outstanding, and in that first half, they seemed like every time they shot the ball from the three-point land, it went in. So our guys regrouped at half-time, and we played some of our best defense in the third quarter that got us the lead, and the toughness and our spirit got us the win.
はい、まず群馬さん、本当に素晴らしいバスケをやってスリーポイントも外もよく入っていったんですけども、自分たちもハーフタイムでしっかり話し合ってディフェンスを高くしていこうということで3クォーター今まででいいディフェンスをしてリードを保つことができてよかったなと思いました。
ありがとうございます。今お話あったように本当に第3クォーターのディフェンス非常に素晴らしかったと思います。それを後半ずっと続けるのって非常にタフだと思うんですが、どういったところを心がけていたんでしょう？
Yeah, we talked about half-time, just trusting each other, trusting our team, having faith in your team, and we came out in the second half, played outstanding, and really smart basketball.
はい、ハーフタイムロッカールームでやっぱりチームを信じようと、今までの過程も信じようという形で送り出した結果、ああいうふうにディフェンスのインテンシティが上がったのかなと思いました。
ありがとうございます。これでセミファイナルに駒を進めました長崎との戦いになります。セミファイナルに向けて一言お願いいたします。
Yeah, we're excited. That was our goal, to get a home court, get into the finals, and we want to give this a good shake. It's going to be a tough battle in Nagasaki, but we got the spirit for it. I just want to thank you, the Red La La Arena, the Red crowd. You guys have been magnificent. That was so loud today, I couldn't even hear the whistle blowing for the umpire. You guys have got something really special here at CHIBA Jets. To come in here and have 10,000 fans screaming for the CHIBA Jets. It's an honor to coach. Thank you very much.
はい、来週の長崎ですね、本当にみんなこのために戦ってきて本当に楽しみなところもありますので、ただこのホームコートね、クォーターファイナル勝ち取ることができたのも本当に嬉しいですし、改めて本当にこのララリという会場の上で赤いファンの皆さんがお越しいただいて、毎回1万人の満員のアリーナでプレーできることを本当に誇りに思いますし、その前でコーチをできて本当に嬉しいなと思いますので、引き続きでも来週も応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。千葉ジェッツトレバー・グリーソンヘッドコーチに大きな拍手をお送りください。それでは続いて今日活躍した選手、印象に残った選手に贈られる香川アウトレットのメガマックスプレゼンツジャンボ勲章の発表です。ジャンボ勲章1人目は見事な活躍、田代直樹選手です。田代選手、今のこの田代コール聞いていかがですか？
いや本当にすみません、1万人のファンの皆さんが応援のおかげで今日は勝つことができたと思うので、すみません、声ちょっとやばいんですけど本当感謝してます。ありがとうございます。
本当多くの皆さん声枯れていると思うんですけども、それだけブースターの皆さんの声援がすごくて隣の声も聞こえないぐらいだったかと思うんですが、そのあたりいかがでしょう？
そうですね、本当にチームメイトのコミュニケーションさ取れないぐらい本当に応援していただいたので、本当皆さんが勝たせてくれたと思ってます。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。そして田代選手、この3戦通しての活躍見事でした。田代選手抜きには勝利することできなかったと思いますが、このゲームそしてこのシリーズ振り返っていかがですか？
全然聞こえなかったです、反響が。はい、本当にタフなゲームで群馬さんもすごくタフでスリーポイントもよく入るチームだったので、非常に僕たちも手こずってタフなゲームになってしまったんですけど、本当チームとしてしっかり戦い抜くことができたし、これは絶対次の長崎につながると思うので、本当感謝してます。応援していただいた皆さん感謝してます。
ありがとうございます。では改めて、長崎相手のセミファイナルに向けて一言お願いいたします。
はい、この今勢いあると思うので、この勢いのまま、長崎に乗り込んで絶対2連勝して、横浜で皆さんに会いたいと思うので、はい、横浜で会いましょう。
ありがとうございました。田代直樹選手の大きな拍手をお送りください。そしてジャンボ勲章もう一人、スリーポイント4本見事な活躍、背番号12番金近廉選手です。 本当に今日は金近選手素晴らしい活躍でした。ご自身で振り返っていただけますか。
そうですね、昨日は本当に全然ダメだったので、今日はしっかりとチームの勝利に貢献したいと思ってましたし、何よりやっぱりね、これだけ平日にもかかわらずたくさんの方来ていただいているので、絶対にいい気持ちで帰ってもらいたいと思ってたので、今日勝利を届けられてよかったです。
ありがとうございます。非常にゲーム3までもつれて疲労もあったかと思いますが、そんな中しっかりと素晴らしい後半のディフェンスもあって勝ちきれた部分、どういったところが、大きかったんでしょう。
いやもう本当に皆さんの声援のおかげで最後まで走り切ることができたと思うので、本当にありがとうございます。
これでセミファイナル進出となりました。文雄さんの引退が伸びましたね。
はい、絶対に優勝して終わるので、はい、あと4試合勝って、はい、優勝したいなと思います。
ありがとうございます。では改めてにはなりますが、この月曜日の夜、ララアリーナに駆けつけてくれたブースターの皆さんに改めて一言お願いいたします。
はい、本当にこの3試合タフなゲームでしたけど、皆さんの後押しのおかげで勝てたと思いますし、この勢いのまま、はい、アウェーですけどしっかりと勝って横浜アリーナで皆さん会いましょう。
ありがとうございました。金近廉選手でした。それでは金近選手にはこちらのジャンボクッションにサインを入れていただきます。こちらこの後、選手からコートに移る際に直接投げ込みとなりますので、欲しい方はぜひご自身の席からアピールいただければと思います。ということで改めて家具アウトレットのメガマックスプレゼンツジャンボ勲章田代直樹選手、そして金近廉選手の大きな拍手をお送りください。そしてシーズンはまだ続きますが、ここララアリーナでのホームゲームは最後ということで、改めて背番号11番西村文雄選手より一言ご挨拶いただきます。文雄さんお願いします。
本日はありがとうございました。テンションが上がりすぎてちょっと言葉が出てこないんですけど、この3日間、僕が12年千葉でバスケットさせてもらっている中で過去一の声援でした。ありがとうございます。来週アウェーなんですけど、引き続き一緒に戦ってもらえると嬉しいですともう一度言います。全員で勝ちに行きましょう。短いですがまた最後勝って長い挨拶したいと思っているので、引き続き声援よろしくお願いいたします。本日はありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。西村文雄選手の大きな拍手をお送りください。そしてセミファイナルに向けてキャプテンジョン・ムーニー選手からも一言いただきます。ムーニー選手お願いいたします。
First off, credit GUNMA. They had unbelievable series. They played us extremely tough. For us to lose the first game, come back and battle, I'm extremely proud of all the guys. Coaching staff came up with a great game plan and the boys executed. You fans, absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your support. You really got us over the hump today. We have 4 more games, and it starts with the first one in Nagasaki, and we can't wait to see you guys out there cheering us on. We're going to work hard for you guys. ありがとうございます。
はい、まずやっぱり群馬クレインザーズさん皆さん本当にタフな試合3試合ともタフで1試合目負けた時から皆さんの声援が力になって、そこからしっかりカムバックできて2勝を取ることができて長崎に進みますが、本当にこれまでのこの3連戦も選手もそうですが、コーチングスタッフのプランの通り、そして選手たちがそれを遂行して本当にこのチームを誇りに思います。来週もまずあと4勝ですね。まず1勝目から取りに行かないといけないので、まず皆さんの声援をぜひ引き続きお願いしたいと思いますのでよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。ジョン・ムーニー選手の大きな拍手をお送りください。さあそれでは行きましょうか。今シーズンラストの勝利のジェッツ締め小太郎選手お願いします。
皆さん本当に熱い応援ありがとうございます。 まあ本当に今シーズン、苦しい期間も続いたんですけど、最後の最後までララアリーナに足を運んで熱い応援ありがとうございました。そしてこの3日間も本当にタフなゲームが続いたんですけど、過去一の応援を皆さんがかけてくれたおかげで、ぜひ、すみません、先輩たちも粘り強く勝ってくれました。本当にありがとうございます。これでララリの試合は今年終わってしまったんですが、来週からまだまだアウェーでのゲームが続くので、ぜひ皆さんも来れる人は現地に応援に来て、来れない人も携帯から応援ぜひよろしくお願いします。それでは、最後の今シーズン最後のジェッツジムなので、ぜひ全力でよろしくお願いします。みんな準備してる？みんな準備してる？お手を拝借よー。
本日の入場者数10532名の皆様にご登場いただきました。月曜の夜に誠にありがとうございます。
As you take a look at the highlights here, we'll go through the interviews that you just heard. We started off with the interview, of course, of Coach Trevor Gleason. You understood that one. And then we had one of the heroes today. I personally felt without Tashiro, they might have gotten blown out in the first 2 periods. And Tashiro said he'd like to thank all the fans, especially for their energy tonight. He said we couldn't communicate with the teammates, which meant they couldn't hear each other due to the fans' big cheering. But he said, thank you so much for all your cheers. We appreciate it. We struggled with Gunma's 3-point shooting in the first half, and that's why they led after 2 periods. But they made the adjustments, and eventually they won this ball game. Here you see Hosokawa knocking down a 3. They were 52% from 3-point distance. Hard to beat a team that shoots that well. But it's also hard to shoot that well for all 4 quarters. And then Ren Kanichika was interviewed, and he said he had a very bad performance yesterday, so today he played doubly hard. He did his very best, and he said at least he was able to come away with a good showing, not to mention the fact that also they came away with a victory. And then he said, despite the fact that it's a weekday, thank you so much for coming over and spending your day with us and cheering for us all throughout the evening. And then we had Nishimura. First and foremost, again, he thanked the fans for coming over. He said it was an exciting game today. And again, today your cheers were just so good, and it really boosted him and the rest of the team. He ended by saying, we will become champions with all you fans right behind us. Please continue to give us the energy until we get the title. This, a big 3 coming from Togashi. That cut the 7-point deficit to 4 at the halftime break. So it is GUNMA with a lead of 41-39. And then in the third period, this is where they made their move. They only scored 15 points, but they limited GUNMA to just 6. If you're only able to score 6 points in a quarter for a professional squad, you're in trouble. So heading into the fourth quarter, a commanding 5-point lead put together here by CHIBA at 52-47. Nasir Little went to work. He had 33 huge markers yesterday, but today, not as big, but still, he hit some crucial baskets and he was able to help his squad come away with the victory. He would finish with 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Big slam there from Ren Kanichika. As we said, Kanichika came in and he played much better than Yuta Watanabe. Watanabe though would hit some big free throws in the fourth quarter. But these are the live turnovers that kept the game close. Eventually, if you look at the three-point shooting from GUNMA, after shooting 52% in the first 2 periods, it went down to 31. They're 12 out of 38. The three-point shooting for the Jets, not much better. In fact, they shot just 25%. But they took advantage of all the baskets that they could inside. They shot 61% inside the arc as compared to just 36%. 13 out of 36 for GUNMA. If you're shooting from 3 points, goes down to 31% from 51%, and you can only shoot 36% from inside the arc, you're gonna have real trouble. The CHIBA Jets win this one 72-68 and move on to the semifinals. Those are the numbers we're talking about, from 2-point distance and from 3-point country. Overall field goals, it is 43% for the Jets as compared to 33% for the Crane Thunders. Well, too many turnovers here from the CHIBA Jets. 14 as compared to 6, and that is what kept this game close. You can see 18-0. Those were the points of turnover, so 18-0. And that's why GUNMA was able to hang around, just not able to steal it here in the end game. 44-16 bench points, definitely in favor of the Jets because they had Yuki Togashi, they had Nasir Little, not to mention Ren Kanichika also coming off the bench. Little would finish with 20 points, 11 rebounds for DJ Hogg, and 6 assists for Yuta Watanabe. In a losing effort, the Crane Thunders would get 18 points from Jones, 15 rebounds from Blackshear, and Carey also came up with 7 dimes. Ren Kanichika would finish with 14 points. Watanabe would finish with 11 points. And there you see the cast for the semifinals complete. It's Nagasaki up against CHIBA, and we have Nagoya up against Ryukyu. That's going to do it for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us for B-League action here this Monday evening. Till next time, take care. Have a good week ahead. God bless.